Hi, sports fans. You're now tuning in to Chicks in the Sports, the hottest sports show in the A. This is your girl, the self-proclaimed sportsnista, Yakiri Thomas, with...
I am Lita Lee, a.k.a. at Lita Wins.
Hi, this is Erica Blunt, the sports diva.
Hey, it's your girl, Alicia Bostic.
Hey world, it's your sports guru. It's Bonnie, baby.
The game will never be the same. Game on!
Game on, game on. This is your girl, the self-proclaimed sportsnista, Yakiri Thomas, and I'm in the building with...
E Bleezy.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up? It's your girl, Lita Lee.
Hi, Lily.
Hey.
How you doing? Oh, not to mention, we got Alyssa stepping in.
Hey,
also.
Alyssa, girl.
And Sky holding her down, of course, right, Sky?
Yeah. Of course.
You know, we have so much to talk about. Oh, my gosh, this is going to be such an exciting day. We have a wonderful, wonderful guest that's coming up at the 1:15 mark.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. But before we do, what do we want to talk about before we get to him?
Well, let's start off with a little bit of sad news.
So, former Hawks / now Cavs player.
I know, right?
Yeah.
So, Kyle Korver lost his baby brother.
Sad.
He had an illness, which is undisclosed. He was excused from the team to be with his family.
Oh my gosh.
So, I know how hard it is to lose, someone in your family, especially someone that close. And they're a basketball family. They all played at the college level. So they all, I can imagine, were pretty tight. So I know that sucks to be able to, have to lose someone,
Yeah,
So
devastating.
our prayers and thoughts are with Kyle Korver.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
It's always a difficult time when family lose a loved one. So we
Yes.
definitely, again, want to send our prayers and condolences up to him. And plus, we love Kyle. I love Kyle.
I'm a big fan. Kyle's one of the best shooters in the world. I'm
Oh
sorry.
my
Like,
gosh, no.
he's one of the best shooters in the world.
Oh my gosh.
I would put him up against Stephen Curry any day.
Oh!
I seriously would.
That.
He's a sharp shooter. I mean,
Okay.
come on.
I mean, he's sharp.
Sky?
3
Yeah,
down.
they should call him Trey.
Yeah, I like that, Scott. I like that. Yeah.
Love it. But again, our thoughts and prayers go up to Kyle Korver's family.
Absolutely.
Now, Carlita, what is next on the agenda? Let's get into some uplifting talk.
Yeah.
Sports talk.
I mean, so
Yeah.
we have
Oh,
Atlanta.
Yes.
We were named the official candidate host
ATL.
Yeah.
Stand
for the 2026 World Cup. So
Yeah.
that's exciting.
It is.
I mean,
I hope they come here.
I
know.
love
We have
to
so
see.
much going on at
That
the
would be
Mercedes-Benz
I know.
Stadium.
Amazing experience, though.
Yeah.
Like, what an amazing experience that would be to
I
see the
know.
World Cup here.
Exactly.
Because, just think about Atlanta United and how phenomenal this whole week has
Hello.
been. What is going on? It's amazing. So I can foresee.
Yeah, no, we're off to a great start.
Yeah.
2-1. We're doing it. Okay.
I don't know, like, there's a lot of cities that they've named to host it,
Oh,
but
quite
I mean,
a few. A lot.
I don't know. I feel like
We are in it to
we're
win it.
We're in it to win it. There's nobody that can really compete
stadium
with us.
in the world. So I mean,
Yeah.
why not?
We have
it's
the
just
most
it's a
amazing
given.
stadium. Why not?
So
Yeah.
and
and
the
it's
On the
a-
Run tour is coming up this August at the Mercedes.
What would that be?
Exactly.
I'm sorry. Is that a sport?
No,
What
but
is it?
it's
Running?
Beyonce. So Beyonce's in her own league. You know what I
Run
mean?
into that door. Run into that door to get in that
got her own
concert.
league.
That will be a sport. I'm
Oh,
telling
my
you.
God.
These
Yes.
B fans are crazy.
No.
The
Yeah,
Beehive.
it's-
Yes,
Oh my
I can
God.
foresee.
They're
They're
ridiculous.
crazy.
But what were you? You were saying something. There was something major that was happening at the. What do I want to call it? It is a dome, right? Mercedes-Benz
Right.
Stadium.
Yeah.
I still want to call it the
Mercedes-Benz
Dome Stadium.
Yeah.
So
It's better than
I know it is.
now.
I'm just saying. I'm so used to
it's
it.
about 100 times better.
Yeah.
But no,
Oh, yeah.
this weekend the Spring Spectacular.
What
this
is
Friday
that?
and Saturday, an event for the Falcons. So
Oh,
yeah, it's gonna
so
be super
what
exciting.
happens? Will the Falcons be there? All the players will be there?
Yeah, making an appearance, the Falcons, the mascot, the cheerleaders. So we have a lot going on.
That's
What What is the mascot? Is it an actual bird, right?
It's a bird. Yeah, no, he's a bird. He's awesome. He does stunts. He's amazing. Yeah,
it's like
Justin,
a pep rally for the
exactly.
How cool is that?
I didn't, but being a native, I know. Okay, obviously the falcon. I mean, but when you think about mascots, I'm thinking about my long lost love, Harry.
Oh,
the hawk.
And we all know the Harry story, right?
So yes. So when I was thinking about that, I was like, well, what is the mascot? But of course, it is the falcon. But it's an actual falcon.
Yeah.
So they bring him out all
head. Yeah.
So what kind of tricks does he do that is so spectacular?
He flips, he turns, he does an acrobat. No, he's awesome. And he can run really fast. Yeah. He's cool.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. It would freak me out because I have this weird thing about birds and their claws.
Yeah.
And those things have serious nails.
No, honestly, no. One time a bird flew in the car with me and my mom.
Right.
I freaked out. Like, we had to have a man. He got it out with a broom. But no, it was the scariest thing ever.
Yeah.
And I think I have a little bird phobia.
Oh, guys, it's just a mascot.
I'm just saying.
That's crazy. They want you to think.
But just amazing. So yes, Atlanta has a lot of things happening here. It's going to be an exciting time this weekend. Yeah. Is it a free event or is it we have to reserve or pay tickets? How do we get into it?
I'm not too sure about that, but check on the website. Yes, on Falcon's website.
I love it.
Freddie Falcon, that's his name.
That's
Freddie.
Freddie.
No, Freddie, he's
forget
awesome.
about it because they don't really advertise Freddie like that.
No,
they need to really. We're like, okay, he's the mascot, but okay.
Exactly.
Freddie, we love you.
We love Freddie.
ATL, rise up. Again, this is such a wonderful, wonderful day. 404-603-8770.
Call us.
Get your calls in. We got an amazing guest, former Atlanta Hawks, now, sports analyst Mike Glenn is going to be chatting with us.
Yeah.
That's an exciting time. And before he does, let's talk about some other stuff.
So let's just take a poll right now.
Oh, gosh. I know what you're going to say.
Are tennis balls yellow
or green?
Or green?
Huh.
What do you think?
I said lime green.
Lime green.
They're clearly yellow. Highlighter yellow. I want to say yes, yellow.
Sky, what color are they?
What do you think?
Highlighter yellow.
Yeah. Everyone's on the yellow team.
So we're 2 for 1. Okay, what do you think?
Ask Alyssa.
Green.
Green.
2 for 2.
All right.
Hold on.
I am going to have to say green.
Oh.
Okay.
And I asked a girl in my class, and I asked her, she plays tennis, and I said, do you think they're yellow or green? She says, it depends on, how new they are, how much they've been hit, but ultimately, I think they end up green.
Roger Federer would beg to differ with you on that one, saying that they are yellow.
Right.
So, are we wrong? Are we right? The tennis god himself spoke.
Exactly.
I don't know.
I think I'm going to go with the expert, to be honest. I'll go with Roger. Yellow.
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 He should be the expert, right? He is Roger.
He is Roger Federer.
Right. Yeah. For Roger's sake, Roger, I know a 5 foot tall, hostile Puerto Rican woman who will drag anybody who disagrees with you. So, Mom, if you're listening, I'm sorry, but I know you have Roger's back on that one.
Oh,
man. Okay. Well, I guess everyone is entitled to their own opinion, and we're gonna leave that to Roger Federer. He's the expert here,
That's cool. Question of the day, though. We have a major question. Do we want to talk about Aaron Hernandez or save that till later?
We're going to save that. That's really complex. That's a complex situation, right?
Because the whole thing about that, it is so deep.
It's very deep.
There's
so much backstory.
It is. And I really am feeling some kind of way about that. But, it's going to be an exciting topic to talk about. Again, 404-603-8770. Get your calls
in.
Because he's coming. Mike Glenn is on his way sooner than later. Okay. So give me a topic. Let's chat. Let's
get silly, huh?
All right. Yeah. What do you guys think about 98-year-old Sister Jean? And she's the star of the NCAA tournament right now.
Oh my gosh,
she's so cute, right?
She's just so adorable. Adorable.
I admire her personally. I want to be living my best life like that at 98 at the March Madness game. She's really doing it at 98, and I think I just think she's amazing.
And she's been giving them some good juju,
Great advice, lots of prayers.
Yes.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh.
So I think Loyola is pretty blessed here to have Sister Jean in their corner.
I concur. And I foresee a possible win because she is the best friend to the big man himself.
Oh, yeah.
And if anyone can make that happen, I'm pretty sure he can.
Yeah. No, she has a huge role. She scouts opponents, and she tells the team, who to watch out for.
Yes.
And they really value her opinion. So I really like that. I think
right?
that's super cool. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Is she still a chaplain at 98? Like,
come on.
Wow. Some people don't make it to that.
I know, right? 98 years old is such a milestone.
Yeah,
and
she's
just
doing it.
to still be into March Madness or basketball, NCAA,
exactly.
is
to be
amazing.
out the bed every day, and
just
active. She's
I love
awesome.
it. I love it.
We need to get her as a guest.
We are fans.
Definitely.
Let's make that a mission. Sister Jean, come on. Sister Jean, we're waiting on you.
We're sending up prayers that we can get you on as a guest if you're watching. Everyone in their moment of prayer, please, Lord.
Please, Lord, let Sister Jean come join us
yes.
on our show.
On our show. All day, every day.
So that we can talk to her about her devotion to Loyola.
But here's the thing. Does that mean we get to gamble? Can we start putting bets out there?
I don't know if Sister Jean going to be okay with that.
She may have to cross the line with you on that.
Nah.
She may have to be like, look, I can't get
let
with
you
you
do
on
that.
that.
Okay.
I can't get with you on that.
I'll just put in my friendly, wager.
We'll see how that happens.
Okay, that's fine. We'll do it that way. We'll do it that way.
Okay.
Okay,
So on another silly note, Jordan Clarkson, who plays for the Cavs, he thinks that dinosaurs used to be pets.
Hold on.
Oh my gosh.
For people that were bigger than us a long time ago. Now, Jordan.
Alyssa ready to talk about it. Okay.
Alyssa, girl, go ahead. What do you think?
I mean, every now and then I get into my little Spanish grandma mode, and I was like, El Google. ¿Quién es? Who is this? Who is this? But, I mean, if you're discrediting modern science, have you ever opened a book before? I mean, honey, come on now. Or is it that you and Irving went to the same school system because the government needs to clean some house then?
Thank you.
But, I mean, maybe it's like they're playing games with their fans. I mean, I don't know. But, honey, come on now.
I know.
Send me some fossils. I'll give you my mailing address. Send me some fossils.
Thank you.
I think he's
right.
being
Are you
plain
trolling?
silly.
I think he might
He's
be
being
trolling.
plain silly.
And
Yeah, because, honestly, who,
Imagine
as a
it.
pet, and
pet,
what
okay.
size are these human beings?
No,
You know,
he's like, I think they were like 3 times the size of the dinosaurs and all of this. What? Excuse me, sir.
Flintstones? Did he watch the Flintstones way too much? Does anyone
I
remember
think
that?
he does.
I think so.
I think he does.
Because wasn't Dino like their pet?
Yes.
Pretty
He was
much.
a dinosaur, right?
Yeah, makes sense. Okay,
Dabba
it's kinda
dabba
good.
Right. So
I mean, imagine it. Think about it. You're a bigger human being, and you have an even bigger pet. Did they even know what pets were back then, Jordan? Think about that. What is a pet? They don't know what a pet is. That word probably wasn't even known to man.
I know.
So how is a dinosaur a pet? How can a dinosaur be a companion to you
Right.
while probably
Trying to
scaring you
eat
at the
you
same time and
at the
trying to
same
eat
time.
you when you don't even really notice it?
Right.
She probably
It creates
analyzes the
conversation, though.
commercials,
You gotta
doesn't
know
she?
it.
Yeah.
Just too much. It's too much.
Pet is a stretch.
Right.
Pet is a big
For
stretch.
Yeah.
sure.
You could say
Whatever.
Oh,
like their guard animal or
Yes.
something like that. I mean, I don't know.
Someday.
Yeah.
But, it's crazy. I definitely think, again,
I think he's being silly.
they're on this, they're
Yeah.
being silly. They have to be.
Him
Really?
and Kyrie with the Earth is
silly.
flat theory. I mean,
Yeah. I was like,
How
what?
is that? How is that so?
Yeah.
How would the earth
What
be
proof
flat?
do you have?
What
What credibility do you have to make me believe you about the earth being flat? I think they're really just big conspiracy theorists in their own personal
life.
Yeah. They're just
Yeah.
big conspiracy theorists, and we're going to have to leave them to their own devices because they just...
to each his
That's
own.
it.
Hey,
To
we
each his
still
own.
love
To
you
each his
guys.
own. That's all right.
Still love you. Still
And
love you.
Yakiri, my dad flew around the world and he never saw the edge. So
Right.
That's interesting, though.
Interesting.
That is very
Where's the
interesting.
edge?
Good point.
No edge here.
Absolutely.
Good point.
But before we do, I think we probably need to go to a quick commercial break. Can we go to a quick commercial break? Because we got some things that we need to get together. 404-603-8770. Get your calls in. Mike Glenn, hopefully he'll be up next.
We all know someone who struggles with math, and we also know how important math is. So whether it's a young child that needs a solid foundation or an older student that needs more support, I Am Unique Virtual Learning Center is the place for you. From the comforts of your own home, you'll have live sessions with professional math instructors that will support your learning needs no matter what your math capability is. Full interactive audio, visual, and classroom capabilities will allow any student to feel like they are in their own personal classroom. I Am Unique Virtual Academy. We don't teach math. We use math to teach students how to be successful.
That's IMUNIQUE.net. Call to schedule a tutoring session now. 678-999-6549. That's 678-999-6549.
For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Hi, sports fans. This is your girl, the self-proclaimed sportsnista, Yakiri Thomas, with
Van Dam
from Chits in the Sports Show, the hottest sports show in the A. Now, ladies, don't be scared. Chits in the Sports is not your typical sports talk radio show. We give you the tee-hee-hee of the who's who and the what's up, what's going on in the sports entertainment world, all from a girl's perspective. Now, fellas, we got you, boo. We got you covered. We have.
Well, this is Ulrich O.J. Johnson, the male perspective.
Giving it to you straight, no chaser. Listen to us every Friday, 1 to 2 on your 1100 AM dial, TuneIn, and iHeartRadio. Be sure to follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Like us on Facebook. The game will never be the same. Game on! Have you been injured in a car accident or a slip and fall? Have you found yourself at odds with the insurance company and unsure of where to turn for help? Let personal injury trial lawyer Lamont Scott maximize the value of your personal injury claim by focusing on getting the money you deserve so you can focus on healing. Catastrophic personal injury, premise and personal liability, serious auto, truck, and commercial vehicle cases. Call us today. That's 404-671-9172. Personal injury trial lawyer Lamont Scott. We're serious about fighting for you. That's 404-671-9172. Hi, sports fans. This is your girl, the self-proclaimed sportsnista, Yakiri Thomas, and I'm here with my favorite insurance agent, Dr. Teresa Pearson from the Pearson Consulting Group, who is here to give us the insurance tip and get you to think smarter coverage. Hi, Terica.
Hi, Yakiri.
I am so happy you're here today. As a satisfied customer of American National Insurance, I have to have you come on to share information with the listeners about the Georgia insurance rate increase and about the discounts that are available.
Yes, I understand the rate increase.
Give me the tea, girl.
Girl, this is due to the massive amount of accidents on Georgia roads right now.
What?
Yes, and most of these accidents are being caused by people just not paying attention while driving. The T is that the main distraction is people are constantly on their cell phone.
No.
Yes, texting.
What?
Taking selfies.
Selfies?
Yes, recording videos.
OMG SMA.
Yes, and most of all, own them social media accounts.
Oh, gosh.
Yes, but there are some options that we can look into.
What are our options?
Of course, the main one is let's start to drive safely.
Love it.
Eliminate that distraction of being on the cell phone. Also, you can look at your coverage right now to see if you can reduce your rate. Look at bundling your auto, your home, and your life insurance for an additional discount. And you can also look into completing a certified defensive driver course that can lower your rate as well.
Awesome. Now call the Pearson Consulting Group today to see how to save on your auto insurance. That's 770-472-1800, 770-472-1800. You heard it first, and here, sports fans, think smarter coverage. Yes!
Hey, Chicks into Sports family. It's Ulrich Johnson, the male perspective here, and I have a question for you. Do you deal with lines on your face, wrinkles, puffy eyes, dark eyes, or stretch marks? Well, if so, I want you to check out Nerium. Nerium is a billion-dollar anti-aging company that is changing lives around the world. To learn more about this great product, please go to ulrichjohnson.nerium.com. That's ulrichjohnson.nerium.com. Do it today.
Okay, game on, and we are back. Chits in the Sports is back in the building with
Ebleezy
and Lita Lee.
Yes. So, okay, guys, we missed a few topics. So, do you want to just ride on into the topics right now?
Let's start.
Okay.
So, we're definitely thinking about and praying for Tyronn Lue, coach of the Cavaliers.
Yes.
He's got a illness that hasn't really been diagnosed yet. So we're just praying for him and hoping that he bounces back soon. Hopefully, he could be back next week.
Sending the prayers up.
He's had a lot of symptoms like losing sleep, chest pains, coughing, stuff like that. So hopefully, they find out what's wrong and can get him back into the speed of things. And LeBron even weighed in and was like, we really hope that he can bounce back and everything. It's like losing one of your best players.
For sure.
He's been running things with the Cavs for 3 years. So, obviously you don't want anything, to happen to him.
For sure. And, he's such a awesome. I think he's doing a fantastical job.
He definitely is.
Our prayers are definitely going up for him and hopefully for a speedy recovery. Definitely take care of your health first. That
exactly. He's doing the right thing.
Take care of yourself,
Step away.
guys. Doesn't matter what kind of profession you're in or how much money you have. Taking care of yourself is priceless. Always take care of yourself.
I agree.
And LeBron even added that he was never not himself. Even while the illness was going on and while he was having his struggles, he was still himself. So we can look at that and think like, wow, he must be a really admirable person.
Exactly.
As
That's
well as a coach.
very strong man
so
to go through all that and still have a pretty good season and still
and be
do
able
your
to
thing.
lead a team with so many powerhouses that they have. I mean, you can only imagine what happens in the locker room. Egos in the way.
And dealing with all those personalities and all of that stress on a daily basis.
All the testosterone.
Yes. Crazy. But, again, prayers are being sent up.
Absolutely.
Yes.
On to the next topic of discussion.
Lita, what do you think? What should we talk about?
What do we have?
It's so much. It's so much. I'm sorry, your football dad in your mind, in your head. Do you want to wait for that?
We can talk about him. I'm always in the mood to talk about my football dad.
Yes.
My football dad is Troy Polamalu. I mean, come on, look at him, look at me. We look so much alike, right? So y'all don't have to agree. That's fine. That's fine.
Yes.
Basically, so we have gotten news about a new football league starting next year. Right after the Super Bowl, the Alliance of American Football is going to kick off.
When?
It's going to be February 9th, 2019.
Right after what?
Right after the
Super Bowl.
No, let's just say that timing is perfect.
It's
like
so
everyone is still on their toes from the Super Bowl. Boom. New league. There we go.
More football. Who doesn't want more football?
But the question of the day should be also, like, will the guys really receive it? Because we've had other teams that tried to come in.
Like
XFL.
like that.
Yeah. And they did not succeed.
Yeah.
Are the guys willing to accept that?
Let's see. I want to see something different. They have to add a new element to it. You know what I mean? To really spice things up and kind of shake it up. Yeah.
They really have to make things interesting and make it a huge difference from what we already see in the NFL. The NFL is super exciting already enough.
Yeah.
I mean, the theme songs from Monday Night Football, I mean, they should make like a theme song. They should have like, their own set of cheerleaders, maybe mascots.
Yes.
I mean, they could really make a lot of stuff interesting if they really put in the right effort. So I'm hoping for the best. And Troy Polamalu is a part of the leadership for American Alliance of Football. So I'm really excited to see him doing something post-retirement. I was, already in my feelings about his retirement. I really wish he would just come back.
Yes. But you know about that, he really has. I love his hair. Not to speak off topic about that.
And he still has his Head and Shoulders
commercial
deal
and
with
everything.
them.
Oh, does
so
he really?
Yeah, he still has that deal with them. So it's not like
he
he's
has
just a
great
nobody
hair.
after the Steelers, because he will never be a nobody.
Exactly.
I know, of course.
Of course.
Everyone knows who he is.
But I'm really excited about this new football league, and I hope that everything comes together. I hope that we see a whole new level of football we've never even seen before. I hope
right.
right. He's a beautiful man.
He's beautiful. No, he is.
A beautiful man.
No, and it's more like yours.
It's curly. Yeah.
Well, see, mine is straight right now, but I have super curly hair too. So yeah.
I know. You're jealous. He's jealous.
That's okay. I have to show y'all another day.
But no, it's great, and I love the fact that they're giving men the opportunity to still pursue a high level of football. People who aren't getting drafted in the NFL. So
for sure,
I think that's awesome, and just any way you can help. And these people are people who love the sport, but they just didn't have it to make it to the league.
Exactly.
So they're still able to do what they love and support their families at the same time.
I love that. Guidelines are for this too.
I know.
How do you get into this league?
Yes, I know.
Right? I know, right? I mean,
everyone get into
is it gender based?
Yeah.
I mean, what is
Yeah.
it? Because hey, if I can get in there, I'm going.
Yeah, that's something I'm definitely interested in, because when I was reading up on it, they were saying they're approaching professional sports differently. So I don't know if that means in terms of political issues that they've been the NFL's kind of come into play with over these past couple seasons, if it's gender, if it's they're changing the rules completely. I don't know. So that's definitely like an aspect I'm super interested in, because I know it was mentioned just kind of changing the theme song, getting new cheerleaders. I mean, at the end of the day, you know what? We all love football, and it's about the love of football, but it's also about the love of making money too. So we'll see.
I agree.
Love that.
I agree.
Awesome.
Let's see what Alliance of American Football brings to the table for us for spring football.
That's going to be awesome.
And football in the spring. Don't you just love the idea?
I am so excited. I wonder if tickets are going to be different. Like, where are they going to have games? There's so many questions to ask. Oh my gosh.
And that's definitely
so many.
Yeah, because that's definitely going to be a game changer, because then you're either going to have to be charged twice for teams. Like, there's going to be a league fee for the NFL and the Alliance of American Football. And then you're also going to have things like, this is a certified only NFL arena versus a certified Alliance of American Football. So it's really I'm super excited for this. I'm super interested.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited
this
about
is going to be amazing.
Right.
This is
Absolutely.
going to be
I mean, get your coins ready though, guys.
Oh yeah. I feel like this is definitely going to bring up some stuff out of your pocket.
Okay.
So save up. You got a year, so save up.
Exactly. It's coming. It's happening. It's happening. But again, this is such an amazing time. We are indulging into so many different things for sports wise, and we are just so happy about some things that are happening. I think we may have a special guest on the line, ladies and gentlemen. This young man does not need any more intros. He sure doesn't. It's spectacular. It's so awesome. Not just yet, but we will definitely get to him in 1 second, right? Just 1 more second.
Coming up.
We got one more topic.
Coming up soon.
Okay.
We've got another topic.
One more topic. Right.
Lita.
Okay.
One more
Lay
topic.
it on us, Lita.
Hang on. So Tom Brady, let's talk about him for a second.
Okay.
And his kids.
Tom Brady. Let's go ahead.
He's telling us the reason why none of his kids want to play football.
What?
So evidently they're more into soccer and hockey and all of those things. But surprisingly, he's okay with it. He's like, because he's a football dad, he's not going to force his kids to do what he does. And I can respect that because, coming from, a sports family, you want to have that ground.
Yes.
Sorry.
That's okay.
You want parents who aren't just forcing you to do a sport just because you did it, and it takes away from the fun in the sports and the reason why kids want to do the sports to begin with.
That's really interesting that you say that. I watched Baller Wives, and they're like wives of football players and stuff.
Yeah.
Julius Jones. his kid wants to play football, but he doesn't want his kid to play football because he's scared of him getting hurt, concussion, stuff like that. So I can see like the safety, thing on that.
Yeah.
So
it's
I mean,
amazing.
hey,
and
whatever's best for your kids,
for sure,
exactly.
for sure. And again, we want to keep our kids safe, and we definitely have to talk about that just a little bit further. But right now, our special guest finally on the line. Sports analyst, Mike Glenn. Hello, Michael. How are you?
Well, hello. How are you ladies doing this afternoon?
We are so excited to have you on. This has been an amazing day. We were talking about the Hawks earlier today, and now we're just so super excited to talk to you. How are you today?
Well, thank you so much. I'm so very excited to be talking with you ladies as well. I'm doing wonderful. So, on a beautiful day. So, and the NCAA tournament is going on.
March
is still
Madness.
going, so it's a great time.
Awesome. Now, Mike, I am telling the ladies off record about, how amazing you are. Even beyond sports, you're such a amazing guy. You're just a step above the norm. You have a amazing Black history artifacts that totally blew my mind. And the girls I was trying to explain to, this guy is so official.
We need to know.
We have to know.
Give us some insight.
Yes, they want to know your insight. How did you start this collection? It's just so amazing.
Well, thank you very much. The very roots, of course, both my parents were teachers, so I got an education on history and all of the studies, and my sister was a major in history also. So history was always discussed at the tables and in our life. And after concluding an NBA career, I wrote a book called Lessons in Success from the NBA's Top Players, and I quoted many famous and successful people throughout history. Then I went about collecting the books that my quotes came from, and that's when I was first introduced to the idea of first edition books and first printing of those books. And then I went on a mission, I want to tell you, ladies. I started collecting books from all over the country, every major city that we visited. As I was broadcasting for the Hawks, I went in all these used and rare bookstores, and I started collecting all of these wonderful books when they were originally produced. And slave narratives were some of my first collections, and later newspapers and magazines. And then I decided that they have to be beneficial. They can't just sit in my basement. So I decided to share these stories with everyone else.
Oh, that is so amazing. That is so amazing.
I can imagine that only took a lot of time to do. I mean, wow, that's like really, really interesting, and that's so inspirational, of course, to see all of these things and see history in the making and in the past, and what it means to you now. So I think that's totally amazing.
Question
for you. Thank you so much.
As far as, I know I asked you in the past, who was your, inspirational sports figure in the past? What would you say, the ultimate sports figure is your inspiration? Who is it?
Well, let me tell you who my first one was. My dad coached basketball at Georgia School for the Deaf. He coached boys and girls basketball. Dad had this girl on his team named Mildred Nelson. Mildred was a beautiful girl. She had smooth, dark chocolate, beautiful skin. And Mildred was always scoring 20, 25, 30 points a game. And I would just go to the games and I would clap for Mildred. And she would teach me some little sign language and pass the ball to me as a little kid. So Mildred was my first hero. I always wanted to learn to shoot the ball like Mildred, and she would clap for me when I was trying to score. So that was my first hero and my first inspiration, watching this beautiful deaf girl that played for my dad that was just a phenomenal player, man. And so from there, then I started playing with the guys as I got older and watching pro basketball and developed many other heroes like Oscar Robertson was huge and Lou Hudson and guys like that. But my first was Mildred Nelson.
She was a girl.
She was a chick in
the
sports.
Yes.
Speaking of the pros, I know that you've played for, the Buffalo Rays, New York Knicks, Atlanta Hawks, and you wrote a book, Lessons and Success from NBA's Top Players. What was it like to play against NBA greats like Larry Bird and Magic Johnson, for example?
At first it was really kind of awesome just being on the floor your first year, particularly your rookie year, with so many guys you had seen on television and read about, like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. It was just an honor and a privilege, and you just look sometimes and you can't believe you're playing against this person you've seen on TV and you admired him for so many reasons. But then shortly thereafter you get into your own groove of why you're here, what you have to do and what you do well, and how you can get your shot off, or score, or rebound, or what you have to do, and you realize that you have to continue in the struggle at perfecting your game and to make your contribution, but you're always aware of the great people around you. And it's kind of interesting because people that are older than you, and you can even learn to admire people that come on after you, the success they've had, the work ethic that they have, how they improve their games. So those are lessons in success too, ladies, and that's what I try to share. I'm going down to Savannah to speak tomorrow I try to share those lessons that athletes learn, and maybe you can apply those lessons to everyday life, those lessons that the athletes have mastered in many occasions.
Awesome, awesome.
I have a question. So you got your degree in math.
Yes.
How did you end up playing basketball? I mean, you're an analyst now, and I totally get how the two correlate. But I mean, what made you think about majoring in math? What was that about?
Good question.
Well, yes, thank you very much. And that was from my dad's side. Dad was a math major, was an awesome math major at Alabama State. And so I was kind of following my dad's footsteps. And even before I started school, I would go to his classroom where he was teaching deaf kids, and he was teaching math. So I had the sign language, the multiplication tables. I could do the letters on my hand and all that kind. So I was kind of using all my background, all the things that I could to my advantage, and I just loved math from that point on, and just made great grades in it and throughout college. And Dad and I would come back and do calculus on the table together. And so I always loved math almost as much as I loved basketball. And interestingly enough, I worked on Wall Street when I was playing with the Knicks, and I was using some of those math skills and analytical skills and in numbers and stocks and volume of shares that are sold, and the prices are rising so much, and which stocks would be better purchases, and those kind of things. So that was truly a love of mine, was mathematics.
Wow. That is amazing. I told you guys he was smart. He's super smart. Right? But I guess, having that background, how supportive was your family when you decided to, this is what I want to do? I want to play basketball. Was your mom and your dad?
Basketball.
Yes, professional. Were they very supportive with your decision, or were they kind of pushing you to, continue your education and, go as far as you could? How supportive were they?
Yeah, thanks very much. They was tremendously supportive in both things. And Mom and Dad always told me, hey, Mike, you make great grades. You keep doing what you will, support you in anything that you want to do. And I actually remember in high school some days when the ball was not going in as much as I wanted it to, and I couldn't sleep. And I would just knock on their door and say, Mom and Dad, I got to go to the gym. Of course, Dad had the key to the Georgia School for the Deaf gym, and Dad would rebound, and Mom would hold her hand up, and I would dribble up to it and shoot from certain spots, and maybe 2 o'clock in the morning I would go home. But any time that I wanted to do that, they were there. And even in college, when I wasn't sure which path I was taking, it was always, well, Mike, you can always go another route, or, you have these skills and these academic abilities, and you could go another direction. So it was never any pressure that you had to do either of these things, but always support for me, and they were there for me and just encouraging me all the way. So I was so truly blessed, and that's really why I am all that I am today, really, is because of my parents.
Awesome.
And speaking of college, what's your opinion on all of the one-and-done kids that kind of just leave college after a year and try to make it to the NBA?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah, and that's kind of evolving now. Discussions as a member of the Retired Players Association, and I was an officer with that, and we had so many discussions on what positions, and we have people that are on both sides of that issue. A lot of them think they would be better prepared if they would go a couple of years rather than one at least, and there are others that think, well, they're 18, they're an adult, they can go to the Army, they can do anything else in life they want to do. Why should they be forced to stay in school if maybe they're not good students or they have no interest in being in school, they want to pursue something else? So it's really, and very intellectual guys on both sides of that issue, and now they're talking about even starting various academies where guys can come out of high school and go right into training for professional athletes. And you got the G Leagues now, which is minor leagues that kids can go into, and they mention, of course, tennis and other sports where you don't have to go to college necessarily if you want to pursue this, vocational schools. So I think as more freedom and more choices are out there, I think ultimately it will be better for people to have the ability to make those choices. You, of course, as you had a kid, you would encourage that kid to get the academics, get a degree, and go on to college. It's important for your present, future, and on down the road. That's what you would definitely advise them to do. But there are those who do not choose to go down that path, and I think ultimately it should be their decision.
Awesome. Well, Mike, thank you so much for coming on. And before you leave, we do have a 5 for 5 question that we quickly ask you.
Yeah, 5 for 5.
Before you do that, though, I know you do have a camp. Is it still going on? Are you going to run that camp this year, or what's going on with your camp?
Well, thanks so much for asking. I certainly have enjoyed being on the show with you guys also. Yes, we are having the Mike Glenn basketball camp for the deaf. This will be the 39th year of my camp. And
that is
39 years.
Amazing.
And I tell you what, man, Mildred told me she was so proud of me for having that, too, and that meant so much to me, for my hero to do that. She came and talked to the kids and all of that. But I just got off the phone not too long ago with New Mexico School for the Deaf. They're bringing some girls and boys down this year, as is Wisconsin School for the Deaf. So we get girls and boys from all over the country. It was the first basketball camp for deaf kids, and there's not really any others. There's been some small ones that kind of start and stop, but this one we have as many as 100 kids from various states all across the country, and it's just one of the pleasures of my life. We have that whole week there going 3 times a day, and we take them to places like the aquarium and Stone Mountain, have cookouts in addition to the basketball. So this is going well. Thanks so much for asking, and we always start on Father's Day kind of as a tribute to my dad, and then we go through that whole week of the camp for the deaf kids.
Awesome. That's a fantastic. Now, Mike.
5 for 5. Let's
5
go.
for 5 is coming up, and we definitely want to get your mind spinning. Just some not so serious questions, we have to ask is to get your head all into our head, right? So, Mike, you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. What's your favorite sports team?
My favorite sports team, and you didn't even you didn't say which sport, just sports team. Period. Wow, that is amazing, man. I have to say the Atlanta Hawks.
Yes, good answer.
I'm even though I work for Fox Sports Southeast, not for the Atlanta Hawks, but having played there, having grown up here and broadcasted their games for over 20 years, so because of my personal attachment and that's being home for me, those reasons. But there are some other teams and players that I really admire all across the league. I really like the way Golden State runs their organization. I like the way
Warriors.
he even let the players coach one game. They have a lot of input, and Steve Kerr I admire a lot as a coach, a former player. They have a lot of freedom, and they just move and share the basketball. The way they play the game is truly beautiful. So I admire their organization and their approach to the game.
Awesome. What color would you be if you had to pick a color out the crayon box? What color would that color be?
That color would be blue. That's my favorite color.
Blue. Awesome. Now, if you were sent away to a deserted island and you can only take one thing, what would that one thing be?
It would be a book.
Oh, yes. Love that.
Which book?
Good question. That would be the next. What book would that be?
Wow. Okay. Well, my favorite book is Narrative of the Life of Frederick Douglass. That's just my favorite book. But that's a small book, and I would need more than that. Life and Times of Douglass is another great book that he wrote. He wrote those 3 autobiographies, and all 3 of them are just fabulous. I think it's so much inspiration and so much history and knowledge in it. So I probably would say that book. That's probably the most important book I have in my collection is the Life and Times of Frederick Douglass.
Love it, love it, love it. When in the end, when everything is said and done, what will your legacy be?
My legacy would be a legacy of caring. I think, as oddly enough, the basketball camp for deaf kids will be one of my strongest legacy, and it was kind of passed down to me, and I was honored to that, and to make it bigger and pass it on. My dad coached and taught there at the deaf school, as I mentioned there, great mathematics teacher, and so I think my legacy ultimately will be my contribution to others and my empowerment of others. I think I do that through my exhibit. I think I do that through my camp for deaf kids and through my talks as well. And I think that's what you ladies are doing there also. You're empowering others with your show and your message, and you're inspiring people to see that they can do things that they maybe did not know were possible.
Awesome, awesome. Well, thank you so much, Mike, for coming on and chatting with us.
Thank you.
Next time you got to be here with us in the studio. We so appreciate you for calling in. Thank you again, Mike Glenn. Mike Glenn, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you so much.
All right. Have a good day.
You too. Coming up, can we do a quick SMH? OG. Quick, quick.
I'm ready.
Quick. I promise, guys.
Okay.
Quick.
Oh.
1 minute. 2 minutes?
Yes, it won't take long.
Okay.
It will not take long.
2 minutes.
Okay. You guys.
Wait. The theme song is going on.
Go.
Yay! Now, Errica, go.
Okay. The SMH-OMG moment this week. There's a little beef going on between Ray Allen and Rajon Rondo.
What?
So Ray Allen has created a book about the journey of his life throughout the NBA and, just experiencing different things and, just really like having a brain overload, But we do know that Rondo is mentioned, and not so much in a positive light, several times in the book. And when they asked Rajon Rondo about it, he says he just wants attention. Yeah. So I'm like, what? He just wants attention.
You want to use my name for clout.
He's like, he's like, I think I should get something out of this book. I need a percentage. I need some of the sales, because he talks about him a lot. A lot. So we're thinking about, I just want to know what's the beef? What's the problem? Where's their tension? They were on a really big, powerful team. They were all in the Celtics together. So I just wonder, like, what's the disconnect here? What's going on? So that made me say SMH OMG.
Yes.
Wow. It's your man, Mr. Controversy. Did you miss me? If you take any advice from me, make sure you keep it locked, because I can't get enough of chicks into sports.
Hey, Chicks into Sports family. It's Ulrich Johnson, the male perspective here, and I have a question for you. Do you deal with lines on your face, wrinkles, puffy eyes, dark eyes, or stretch marks? Well, if so, I want you to check out Nerium. Nerium is a billion-dollar anti-aging company that is changing lives around the world. To learn more about this great product, please go to ulrichjohnson.nerium.com. That's ulrichjohnson.nerium.com. Do it today.
Welcome into Chicks into Sports. It's Alicia Bostic, and I'm the chick who's here to be unapologetically honest.
Birthdays! First
overall pick of the Cleveland Cavaliers in 2011, he was named the NBA Rookie of the Year in 2012. He made his first NBA All-Star Game appearance in 2013 and helped lead the Cavaliers to an NBA championship in 2016. In 2017, he was traded to the Boston Celtics. Kyrie Irving turns 26. Shooting guard, who was selected 9th overall by the Utah Jazz in 2010 NBA Draft. He made his first NBA All-Star Game in 2017 after spending the first 7 years of his career in Utah. He signed with the Boston Celtics prior to the 2017-2018 NBA season. Gordon Hayward turns 28. All-Star NBA point guard who played for the New Jersey Nets from 2001 to 2008 and helped lead the Dallas Mavericks to an NBA championship in 2011. He was a 10-time NBA All-Star, 5-time All-NBA first-team selection, and 5-time NBA assist leader. He previously coached the Brooklyn Nets in 2013 to 2014, then became the coach of the Milwaukee Bucks from 2014 to 2018. Jason Kidd turns 45. Point guard for the Golden State Warriors, who began his collegiate career at Duke University in 2011. He helped lead the team to an NCAA championship in 2015, his senior season. That year, he was signed to the New Orleans Pelicans. Quinn Cook turns 25. Star wide receiver, who began his career with the Denver Broncos in 2006. After 4 years with the Broncos, he spent 2 seasons with the Miami Dolphins and 3 years with the Chicago Bears before a 2015 trade sent him to the New York Jets. He was named to 5 Pro Bowls from 2008 to 2013. Brandon Marshall turns 34. Running back who played in the NFL for 9 seasons. He was the 2011 NFL rushing leader with the Jacksonville Jaguars. He was also named to 3 Pro Bowl teams in his first 6 years in the league. Maurice Jones turns 33. Former NFL quarterback who played for the Rams, Eagles, Dolphins, and Chiefs in his 13-year career. He became a football analyst on ESPN after retirement. Ron Jaworski turned 67. Former Vanderbilt wide receiver who was selected by the Chicago Bears in the 3rd round of the 2008 NFL Draft. Earl Bennett turns 31. NFL tight end who won the 2003 Super Bowl with the Tampa Bay Bucks. Daniel Wilcox turns 41. Baseball pitcher for the New York Yankees. He made his MLB debut with the Yankees in 2011 and was named an MLB All-Star in 2014, 2015, 2016, and 2017. Dylan Betances turns 30. 4-time MLB All-Star pitcher who was the ace of the Chicago White Sox for a number of years. He helped lead the White Sox to a World Series championship in 2005. Mark Burley turns 39. Hall of Famer, power forward center, and 3-time NBA MVP, who in 1974 became the first player to go straight from high school to the NBA. Yes, people, the late, great Moses Malone will have been 63 today. Happy birthday. This day in sports, picture sports lovelies. The year was 1956. 18th NCAA Men's Basketball Championship. San Francisco beats Iowa 83-71. This day in sports, March the 23rd, 1956.
Hey, it's Lita Lee, and you are now tuning in to Chicks Into Sports. I'm that chick who's going to state facts and give you the tea.
Guess what time it is? You already know what time it is. It is WNBA Atlanta Dream News, y'all. Okay, sports lovelies, you already know what time it is. It's my favorite time of the show where I get to talk WNBA and, of course, my Atlanta Dream. I love the Atlanta Dream. Now, according to WNBA.com, WNBA players are taking advantage of opportunities in the classroom. Yes! You heard this correctly, sports lovelies.
WNBA players Kayla Alexander of the Indiana Fever, Simone Augustus of the Minnesota Lynx, Elena Beard of the Los Angeles Sparks, Tina Charles of the New York Liberty, Marissa Coleman of the Indiana Fever, Ivory Latta, who's a free agent, and of course the friend of Chicks in the Sports show, the amazing Elizabeth Williams of course, my favorite dream, the Atlanta Dream, are currently participating in a semester-long program which runs from early February to late April and develops players' business acumen by connecting them with NBA student mentors. Yes. Now, this Harvard program came about last year. It resulted from having so many players interested in creating businesses and becoming entrepreneurs without really knowing what that meant at a brass tacks level, said Senior Vice President of Player Development, Greg Taylor. Now, you can read more about this program on WNBA.com. Now, come on, sports lovelies. Come on, sports lovelies. Do I need to remind you? The Atlanta Dream 2018 season is shortly happening. Stand up, ATL. If I can run with the Atlanta Dream, you should run with the Atlanta Dream. Let's all run with the Atlanta Dream 2018. Yes. It's one dream. Let's go, Dream. Let's go.
Hey, my name is Ulrich Johnson, former NFL player, singer, actor, and you're listening to Chicks into Sports.
Have you been injured in a car accident or a slip and fall? Have you found yourself at odds with the insurance company and unsure of where to turn for help? Let personal injury trial lawyer Lamont Scott maximize the value of your personal injury claim by focusing on getting the money you deserve so you can focus on healing. Catastrophic personal injury, premise and personal liability, serious auto, truck, and commercial vehicle cases. Call us today. That's 404-671-9172. Personal injury trial lawyer Lamont Scott. We're serious about fighting for you. That's 404-671-9172.
Hey, this is Sports.
Motivational moment. It does not matter how slow you go, so as long as you do not stop. Remember, dreams don't come true until you wake up and you go to work. Thank you, Mike Glenn, for chatting with us. Thank you, ladies, for being here with me. And remember, be sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Check us out same place, same time on the Real 1100 AM radio station. The game will never be the same. Game